Yeah, in this video, we'll understand how to deliver an application using Azure Application Gateway. So I'm taking in hrms.acutelearn.com. So I already have an Azure Application Gateway deployed, but how we can uh, deliver this application. So I have two app services. So I have Acute HRMS one, which is not publicly enabled. We see 403 forbidden error. Similarly, so if you want to deliver applications using an app gateway, so we should ensure that this app services doesn't have public access enabled, and they're basically configured within private endpoints. And we have a private endpoint configured and public access disabled. Then only it is useful. If you have enabled a public access to this app services, then there is no use because it is directly exposed to the internet. So now we want to enable that. Now let me go to the app gateway. So the first step what we need to do is then create a listener. So go to the listeners, add a listener, hrms.acutelearn.com. So is it a public or a private? And public one because I deployed as a public and it is an HTTPS. Select a certificate. I'm just creating a new certificate and uploading a certificate. I'm giving a certificate name called as hrms.acutelearn.com. And the certificate password. So if you have wildcard certificate, then you can select once, add a listener. I'm selecting a multi-site, hrms.acutelearn.com. Then second step, create a backend pool. Select an app service. I'm selecting an Stu. So I've created the backend pool. Now let's create the backend settings. Go to the backend settings. So I'm selecting an HTTPS, public CA. So my app services are running on port number 443. So I'm selecting an 443 HTTPS. I'm not changing this host name. I just want to show you that the importance of this one. So I'm just leaving this default, save it. So I create a backend settings. Let's create a health probe. I'm going to health probes. The backend is an HTTPS. Path, I'm giving it a slash. So what is the page which you want to monitor it? Okay. So pick a host name from the backend settings. So whatever the configurations we did in the backend settings, it'll take port from the backend settings. In the backend settings, whatever the port number we give, it takes that. What is the path you want to monitor it? If you have an index.html which you want to monitor it, you can specify index.html, or whatever the page which you want to monitor it, you can monitor it. Interval seconds, 30 seconds. So every 30 seconds, the app gateway will go to this backend app service and verify whether this particular URL is accessible or not. Timeout. So if there is no response from this particular app service for a period of 30 seconds, then it sees that, okay, there is something issue with that particular app service. For 3 times, there is no response. 30 seconds, no response. Count number one. Again, after 30 seconds, it checks, no response. Second count. After 30 seconds, it waits. Third one, third count. Now it reads that this app service is down. Then it will not forward the traffic to this particular one. Okay. Do you want to match it to backend settings? I'm not doing it as of now. I just add it. I created an health probe, but mapped to the I've not mapped to the backend settings. Then we need to create a rule. To go to the rules, rating rule. I'm saying HRMS dot. For priority, I'm giving it 20. The other one I gave as 10. For which listener, to which backend pool, to which backend settings. The ones which I configured it, I basically did that. Click on add. Let me refresh it. Now we create a rule. The next step, what we need to do is then create a DNS record. So I'm going to the GoDaddy. Let me go to the DNS server of. So I'm creating a DNS record, HRMS, to the front end IP. So it conflicts. There is already one DNS record. Let me edit that DNS record. Maybe CNAME record. Yeah. Let me delete the existing record. Save it. Sometimes it takes some 10 to 15 minutes to reflect this change. Still, it is not resolving. Yeah. Now we can see that it is resolving to an IP address, the IP address. Now let's https://hrms.reputeLearn.com. As the certificate is not valid certificate, we are getting this error. Now we can see that we are getting your web app is running and waiting for your content. So this way we can configure the or an application or deliver an application using an Azure Application Gateway.